guys, welcome to today's video. We are doing some pro wrestling. I do remember playing this as a kid. I don't remember much about it, but just seeing the screen brings back memories. Starman, definitely. I don't remember it being fond, but having the two moves was not really... Like, wrestling has come a long way. Like, most sports games, yeah, they kind of came a bit of way, but I mean, they were all still playable. Honestly, I never found wrestling games ever being overly playable with two buttons. Like, they're still barely playable now. And you know, you have a good thing, but right here, it's like... trying to figure out how to work everything, and the back kick, which yeah is wrestling and all, but still, like, there should be so much more going into this game than what they did, which is the spin kick and punch, and and then when you get into it, you can hit both buttons and hope that you can lock up. Like, honestly, I do remember it. I think I remember playing the game and renting it or whatever, and not, even as a kid, not enjoying this game at all. But just, honestly, there's so little you can really do. I think the WWE games did a little bit more and had a little bit more options, but some of these, like, kind of third party and just Nintendo game alone, where it's just a generic wrestling game, they didn't really put a whole lot into it, to be honest. Like, it... We're going to try a little bit more. We're going to do some... And, like, Punch almost doesn't even do anything because they're sitting there, oh, we dropped him on his head. Nice. Like, the kick beats Punch. And we're... And, like, I want to bounce off the ring, which you can't. We can't go... Oh, we can go up the top. Oh, he dropped the knee. And we're just stuck. We can't even... Oh, we're rolling. Yes. Get up. Okay, so we can do the one ring post. Oh, to the outside. Get in the... How do we get in the ring? Oh, do we have to go up here? There we go. We are not landing that at all. Right in the back of the head. Like, it'd be nice to have, like, a counter to where you can actually see. I would love to be able to get that off. That's just like a goal right now. It's just he was able to get me, but I was not able to get him, and he still pinned me. All right. I mean, it's wrestling. It's pretty basic. It's very, like, you really need to get the manual, go over how everything works. There we go. You know what? We'll do just. And everybody's still the same. It doesn't matter which character you choose. It's just a picture. But 90% of the... Oh, he bites their head. Okay, we got a little something different in the clinch. But 90% of the game is kick. Kick. He still does the flying thing. I want to try something else. I've been doing that button, so... Okay, so yeah, one button does knees. We both keep trying to do it. Yeah, so all in all, like it's basic. You got a couple of clinch moves that aren't the easiest to get off. He was actually able to get me with that, which is, you know, unfortunate, but... We do have the ring out mechanic. You can throw them out if you get lucky enough for that. It looks like you can only climb the top two turnbuckles, not the bottoms. You can't bounce yourself off the ropes. You can pick them up. All that, he just punched him in the face. I mean, honestly, the sprite work is better than some. Yes, we got it. We landed one from the top rope. I'm happy. We can end the game there. I feel that as a victory. But I want to do the sumo. Yeah. Yes, we won one. We had to go be the creature from the Black Lagoon, but we got there. Alright, guys. Well, that is basic pro wrestling. Nothing really to write home about. You know, the controls do function well enough, and being a two-button game with a lot of things, you have to keep that in mind when critiquing games like this, and a lot of games in general. We are so used to, you know, 6 and 10 buttons now, to going back to having to function an entire video game based on 2 buttons for the most part, because you're always going to have to be moving most games. So you have A and B. So doing different combinations of such buttons to play an entire game and do as many different variations as possible is saying something in and of itself, I feel. So the fact that you have a wrestling game with 2 buttons that actually functions pretty well and hasn't, like, you know, yes, because of the 2-button thing, you have a punch and a kick for the most part. Clenching is hit or miss, which is to be expected, I guess, the more you weaken up. I kind of wish there was some kind of health meter or whatever, like in some of the newer, or even some of the older wrestling, where you can kind of see how fatigued and everything is, so you can know when you can make some moves, as opposed to just guessing how everything is. But I think that in and of itself does lend a little bit to the game. So it's not just as basic, punch, oh, they're getting there, so now I could do this. It's kind of, you don't know when or how you need to do it until you really get playing the game. Have some basic top rope mechanics. It looks like they do have slightly different things for some of the characters. Like the one that we did was the punching and the biting. The other one was a suplex. So each character has their own kind of unique, I think, or different, at least most of them, I assume, for clenches. I mean, with that being said, it is basic. It is, you know, it's a fun little pro wrestling. Back in the day, it would have been a lot better than now that we know, now that we've had what we have. It is a lot harder to come back to a game like this, more so than some of the RPGs and some of the side-scrollers, which you can always go back to and enjoy no matter what, especially because nowadays most of them suck, so you want to go back for, you know, the good, classic, fun stuff. But games like this, they don't age as well. There is a nostalgia to them. There is a slight funness to it, But again, trying to manage an entire game, like a fighting game with 2 buttons, just almost seems counterintuitive and difficult, so to speak. With that being said, guys, that was Pro Wrestling. That was going to be me, and we will see you on the next video. Have a wonderful day.